Hello and welcome everyone. Wow.
Why are you on the voice mod
Hello
now?
and welcome everyone back to the dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, as we continue our tabletop RPG series. And I know it's on. It's meant to be on.
Oh. Yep,
As we continue our tabletop RPG series with some more Dark Heresy, where we fight for the God Emperor. Wow, that seemed to go quite loud. Apologies.
So, in our last episode, our group of Inquisitorial acolytes, soon to be, had gone to do some legwork. They had a mission to take out some corrupt Adeptus Arbites, and in doing so, they needed to find out exactly where they were, what they looked like, and maybe find out a bit more about them, their habits, and so on. So they went up to the Arbites Fortress precinct, where they began watching. They hired a car and went up, parked in a car park, and observed and tried to learn. Unfortunately, a few things happened. One of our group caused a bit of a commotion, as another one got stuck in a queue. And, well, they found out that there are some Arbites here, and they might be bored, considering one came out and gave old Ezio a bit of a kick-in for disturbing the peace. They also found out a little bit of information about the Arbite that they are supposed to be protecting, or not killing.
Same thing, really.
Yeah, kind of. You would think.
I mean, you should be glad he isn't on the hit list yet.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to leave. There's a slight emergency right now that I have to solve, so I should be back in 30
Go
minutes.
get it, Jim.
So, see you
Okay.
guys.
No worries. See you soon.
See you soon, man.
He's already dead. Alright. Oh, shit. That was quick.
Must be very urgent.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope it's nothing too bad.
Fingers crossed.
He sounded
toes.
alright.
We shall hope that the God Emperor provides blessings and mercy, that Jim may come back to us sooner.
Neighbor's cat probably jumped into the window.
Hopefully not. He lives in a quite a high apartment block, as far as I'm aware.
It's a fucking Assassin's Creed cat, man.
Super cat. So, after finding out some information about Romero, the Arbite who apparently, according to the Poison Kiss, should not be targeted, they decided to end their observation, why not? Their stakeout, rather, by getting some waffles, or was it noodles? I can't quite remember.
Noodles.
Noodles.
Jenny insisted on noodles.
Noodles it was. So as our cloaked servo skull comes down through the chamber, circling round, we find our group stood at the God Emperor's Cafe. As they stood at a standing bar, eating a steaming portion of reconstituted noodles.
Still better than combat rations.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably one of the first experiences with street food Jenny has, so... street food.
And look, proper food. What the
Had
fuck?
worse on the black ship, so.
Oh, how much is this, by the way?
This is 5 thrones.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Even in the grim dark of the 41st millennium, noodles are still cheap.
I mean, it's more expensive than bullets, but to be fair, actually, per cartridge, yeah. Never mind.
So as you enjoy your sorry, vibration from the phone. As you enjoy your reconstituted noodles, the broth is not amazing. There's a bit of flavour there, but it's not strong. You can see that at this time most of the lunch breaks have finished for the Adeptus buildings, and the human wave that came in at lunchtime has dissipated and subsided. There are only a few people who are still milling about in this food stand area. I'll get the Soon Raccoon to ping it. Soon Raccoon, your colour of choice is not particularly great. Get a different one. Yes, a different one. Better. You can see, yeah, there's a few people milling about. There's actually a few traders that you didn't really see at the time. They have very long, tatty leather trench coats on, and seem to have, selling certain goods from within their trench coats.
Okay.
There's a couple of individuals who are actually serving the front of house, I guess you'd say, for this noodle stand, and there's a few more in the back that you can hear working away.
Okay then.
We could try to poison that food.
Too risky. This probably would have to poison enough food to take down the entire precinct, to be certain.
I don't think this is the right spot to talk about this, especially when I'm eating. You don't talk about a guardsman's food, especially when he has an empty stomach.
Besides, you know that precisely the reason we're doing this is because we wouldn't be linked.
The whole plan is to make it look like an accident.
Or
Or
at
at the very
least
least,
something not
something.
connected with the... Yeah.
Us or the poison kiss. And the poison kiss kind of has it in the name that they use poison. It's a little bit subtle.
Riots?
What?
I mean, we could just.
Riots.
Yeah, but that would mean dousing them in acid.
No. Kickstart a riot, then take them out into confusion.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be a lot of confusion in an Orbites beat line.
Yeah, I doubt that would. Good idea. Probably wouldn't work in practice.
Just to note, the religious, the people gathered outside the cathedral have gathered again now that they filled their stomachs, and they appear to be
okay.
Well, it's a large group being preached to, but they're still on the wave. They're still wavering, even though the preacher is doing a good job. They're still kind of pissy with what's going on.
What about them?
And that is
there any
up.
way we can
Yeah.
use them? I'm kind of motioning with my fork or chopsticks or whatever the hell we use in the 40k with that name, over to the group of irate churchgoers. Is there any way, if you're talking about using the crowds, is there any way you can use them?
We might be able to convince a few of them,
I mean,
but I don't talk religious types.
By the way,
I mean,
remember you're all religious zealots to the God Emperor.
I
yeah.
know, but the super religious ones are the ones that want Psychers dead, so...
True.
That's kind of what I was more hinting at, sorry.
You know, I'm not an ecclesiarch. I'm religious, but I don't I probably can't keep up with the preacher when it comes to spouting malarkey.
This is where I really wish that Liliana wasn't taking so long in the toilets.
Better take it in
So-
one piece.
Let's
I
just
told her not to go to the cheap stand, but no.
I don't know, maybe it's something to the noodles. What the hell is this thing? An egg? The fuck is an egg? And why is it
Maybe-
fried in my noodles?
Is it an eagle
Sir,
egg, though?
that's our finest powdered egg. It comes from all the way off world, from one of the planets in system.
Huh. What lays it? What lays a powdered egg?
I don't know.
I think it's processed. Powder stuff is usually done by crushing something.
Hey, he
Jenny
seems
just
kind
smiles.
of. He seems kind of smart.
Seems.
Thank you.
Only on Sundays and holidays.
The fuck's a Sunday?
Fuck's an What's the fuck's an egg?
I don't know.
Okay,
Matey-
okay, okay.
Matey
We are
pulls out-
not
Matey
having
pulls
this
out a bag.
conversation again.
Of
not doing that
powdered egg, and it just has a symbol of an egg, and then an egg cracked open with the yolk and the white. Well, that's what this is apparently.
I'll be quite honest, my friend. I was more referencing a joke we had, or not a joke, a conversation we had earlier.
Yeah, apparently they know something called an eagle.
Listen,
It's
I-
weird.
It's
Enough of that.
Not important.
I know what eggs are. I know they come from aquillas. It's fine.
It's all
They
good.
too? Wouldn't that be
Anyway,
Heresy?
Anyway,
He goes back to cleaning bowls apologetically.
I'm not mad. I'm just concerned.
Yeah.
I'm not completely retarded. Just a little bit stupid.
maybe once we got this job out of the way, we could get to selling this stuff. It seems to sell pretty well up here.
I mean, I wanted to raise a drug farm, but that was apparently not a good idea.
No, you wanted to clean up the underhide with gangs.
That was my first plan. It's when
Yes,
we
that was your
realized-
first plan. My first plan was fucking reconstituted food.
Mine was selling people rats on a stick.
What do you mean
Yeah.
rats?
The less said about
Uh,
your rats, the better.
Hey, I was
I
fine.
remember.
No. What do you mean rats? Because you said they were gerbils.
No, the idea was rats on a stick. What I ended up with was gerbils.
Pretty sure you gave me a rat on a stick.
Oh, it was a gerbil. Definitely.
But I do.
The lies are falling apart now. No.
What did you do with it?
Out of
Where is
character.
she?
Oh shit.
Out of character.
You
I
lied to
heard
me.
You said rat at the time.
No, I didn't say rat at the time.
He said gerbil at the time.
It
You
was
tried to cover
gerbil
up
from a
his lie.
servitor.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's move on with the session.
Right. Anyway, okay. How about this? Liliana seems a little bit preoccupied at the moment. What if we convince her to just run to the crowd waving a pistol? That'll cause a riot.
That feels
Alright,
like
at
a
least it's
great way
sample.
of getting our friend killed.
True.
I don't think that will incite a riot. That will incite a stampede.
Yeah.
And I
because of
I
that.
rather like her, so let's not get her killed, please.
Oh, fine. Jenny, your turn.
Hmm. Hmm. We could. No.
Say it.
Maybe we should. Mm,
Just
mean-
say it.
look, we know that Arbitrator Romero is overworked, to say the least.
Mm.
Maybe we should try and get an appointment. can you even get an appointment with Arbite?
What would you need an appointment with an Arbite for, though?
I don't
I wasn't
know.
reporting crime.
It
Talk
would
to
be
him
a
closer.
start.
Assume
mean-
we get an appointment. What would he do on from that? Because as far as I know,
I
Merrill is not
don't
our target.
know, do Recon. I'm not this sneaky, stabby type. I'm an
That's-
intellectual.
Can I roll, or not roll, but can I use the Inquisition thing to try and get a hint on what the fuck the Inquisition would do in such a situation?
Sure, you can do that.
Probably Flash or Rosette.
Flash a rosette, go kill yourself.
Can I
Make it
do
look
it?
like an accident.
You
I
don't
do it?
actually need to succeed on it, you just need to roll it. So,
Yeah.
what you would probably do is, now that you know that the scribe that Ezio squashed is Ramirez, seems to be Ramirez's personal scribe, is you'd wait around until she finishes. And then when she comes out of the building, because you know what she looks like, or
And
he
I have
looks
treated
like,
her and fixed her data pad.
you then get information from her that way. Or you... I mean, that's like cloak and dagger style. That's trying to use incidents that have happened today to your advantage. You could go with the other options that you've gone with, but you'd know that that would cause a lot more panic and problems later on.
Yeah.
You have a contact, technically, who you can work on. You could also try the fact that you've seen that an enforcer came out for such a small incident. You could try and cause another small incident and see what happens.
Say, Shenny.
But it can't be another small one. We need to escalate.
Say, Jenny, how hard would it be to make a smoke bomb?
Fairly simple, I would assume.
I mean, get some bleach and some lemonade, and you get some fucking.
No. I
Not
want
the ingredients I'd use, but
Well, no, it's not really
Basically the
smoke.
same-
It's more. It's not exactly smoke. It's
Intelligence test. Darius. Would you know how to make a smoke grenade? Do you know what a lemon
Probably not.
is?
I mean, in the
you,
garden.
fuck is a
you don't
lemon?
know what the fuck is an eagle, let alone a lemon.
What is lemon?
You know how to turn your your last packs into grenades. You don't know how to make them smoky though.
Yeah, I don't know how to make fucking mustard gas, basically.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, I don't want that
Something,
little
something. When Emperor gives you lemons, make smoke grenades.
It's not exactly smoke grenades. What I was describing there was a fucking chemical weapon.
I mean,
I suppose that may work.
Yeah, but I want something harmless to make a ruckus. A smoke bomb will make a ruckus. Lots of noise, lots of effect, very little.
Okay. Out of
lethality.
character,
Firecracker
that actually
sounds
would be
simple
harmless.
enough.
It would be harmless in this situation because it's outside and there's lots of fresh or air. I wouldn't say fresh air, but at least there's a lot of air for it to diffuse into. It'll make a lot of people sick, but
I mean,
main character, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about when I talk about a lemon. I think I just read it on the side of a packet, like I showed me with the eggs. It's lemon flavored eggs or some shit.
I mean, firecracker should be fairly easy to make.
I mean,
Those could work.
get something like that, yeah.
I
have
mean,
room to spare.
depends on what you want to achieve, because you haven't told us that yet.
Well, you wanted the ruckus. You wanted to escalate a potential terrorist attack. Sounds like it would do the job.
I
no.
mean,
Let's not over-escalate.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I
That
will
might
say
take it
you
the
might
other
be
way.
going 5 or 6 steps too far. Think about what brought him out. You knocked some people over,
Disturbance in the crowd.
and he came out and beat you up, Ezio. Do you really
Yeah.
think you need to start setting off explosions to get him out? When he
I mean, something like a firecracker would startle people and probably cause one. Yeah, that would be all right. But causing a fucking like depth charge to go off and shit.
No. Not the depth charge. Just some small smokes.
Pyrotechnics or something. Not
Fancy
exactly.
fireworks. Nothing lethal.
I mean, get a piece of tissue, a bit of not wick, but string or something, and you can make a very simple one with some gunpowder from
You could honestly start a fight. You could honestly
Yeah,
start
you
a
could start
fight
a
and
fight,
just
too.
try and
Well,
see if
I
that works from
suppose I
what
could
you've
try
seen.
to mix something with a readily available household ingredients.
I mean,
have chemistry.
should we maybe just corner the fucking adept first?
Yeah.
That might
Let's
be
try to do it smart first.
That kind of is how we were taught, somewhat at least.
Were you taught these things?
That's what the Inquisition role is for. It's for
Yeah,
this is what we
limited
were.
training.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
We are currently being dum-dums.
Yes.
Overthinking it a little bit much in some regards, yes.
I mean, at least we have plenty, and I mean plenty of contingency plans.
We have plenty to it and then back again.
We don't have a rosette.
Plan A to it and then back again.
Okay.
So, which one would you like to go for at the moment? You can, like as I said, if you want to make something, you clearly can't make it here and now. You could probably try and find somewhere to make it if you had all the stuff. But you can definitely sit here and wait and see what happens, sure. Or you could try and start a fight and see what happens. So which option would you want to go for?
I vote trying to get closer to the... What would you call it?
The adept?
The scribe.
The
Yeah,
scribe.
that seems like the more sensible option. And if that fails, we can lob Ezio into a crowd and laugh.
Sure, so you want to try and meet the scribe again.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan. Unless anyone has any better ideas. Not that it was my plan.
It's about 2 at the moment, after you've eaten and had a little discussion. So you can wait 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, and see what happens with the coming and going. If you like, so you're not just sitting at this food stand all day. You can obviously walk around for, a decent amount of time. But you would notice, as long as everyone's okay with a time skip, that at 5 o'clock there's a large ringing that comes from almost above you. It's kind of odd, and then the announcements come through. I don't know how this will work. Yeah, let's give it a go. "1700 work shift has ended. 1700 work shift has ended. Return to your homes, citizens."
Well, sounds like roll call.
And much like at lunchtime, you see the tide of people coming from the Adeptus buildings. Some of them stop off to get a bite to eat before moving on. Some get drinks, some wait and meet up with friends. Apparently going to use their few spare hours to go and get a drink somewhere. Can everyone give me an awareness check with a -20? I imagine that you're keeping an eye on the Arbites Fortress precinct.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Holy fuck!
Can I
Okay.
also roll a Psyniscience? Or
Sure, you can.
any modifier, or no?
No, no modifier.
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. I put +5 in my perception before the
Oh,
session.
No worse than I needed.
You have
Okay.
a success.
So as you're
A success.
watching the group, the tide of people coming in, you try and keep an eye on the Arbeites office building, whatever. You see a large number of scribes coming out. You see a lot of enforcers ending their day shift. You can't quite tell if any of these guys are the ones you're looking for, or any of the women. You're just not sure. There's too many people. The flood, the tide is almost too much for most of you. However, okay, so Ezio, you're 100% sure that the scribe didn't come out. Mordecai, you're lost. You have no idea. Darius, you're 100% sure that the scribe did not come out. But with a natural 1, a critical success, you do notice something. As the group of people, well, as the mini tide, the stream, is coming out of the Arbeites building, you see a large number of enforcers coming out, joking, having banter with each other. And then you see an individual who, well, if you would remove the bulk of the armor, he'd be about the right height and frame. You can't be 100% sure on it, but that could have been the Arbite who smashed Ezio. The way that he walks, the way that he's holding himself, the fact that his build is far more than even the largest enforcer. You're not entirely sure it's him, but you'd be willing to bet money on it.
Alright, shit, okay, I pointed out to the group. I'll point it out to the group as like, I think... I think that's the Arbite that beat the shit out of Ezio.
Okay, now he's huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Fucking...
My
He's on the big side. Shit, alright,
Look at the size of that lad.
In awe.
In awe of this absolute
okay.
unit.
Right, okay. We need someone to watch for the scribe. She hasn't come out yet. But we need to follow this guy.
Well, Mr. Assassin, that sounds like your job.
I've got one in stealth.
I've got one installed as well. Shit.
What's your agility?
33. What'd you get?
What are those arbitrary values you speak of so blatantly?
Submit.
On a scale from 0 to 100, how good are you at agility? Agile actions.
I think I'm at least a 4 out of 10.
The scale was 0 to 100, Albie.
Yeah.
Sorry,
4 out of
0.
10.
40.
Okay.
I say in charger.
Right, okay.
I'll try and follow the dude. I got some beef with him.
Oh shit, we need a Liliana. She's still in the fucking toilet. She's been on the toilet for like fucking 3 hours, 4 hours.
Maybe someone should give her some lemon juice.
It's the eggs,
right.
I'm telling you. It's gotta be.
Okay. I had a cousin back on Funnels who was allergic to eggs, but that's beside the points. Anyway, fuck, right. Ezio, follow him. Who else? Fuck, you need to stay for the pointing at pointing at Jenny. You need to stay for the scribe because she knows who you are more than the rest of us.
I can.
Mordecai.
I'll go with him and make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
No.
Good at stealthing, but I'm sure he can give
Yeah.
you some pointers.
You know what? Follow me very, very, very far behind.
Yeah, take at least a
Just
good
keep in combat range, like maximum
100 meters.
Still
Don't
more.
get that far back. Stay at least like 30 meters back.
I would say 60, 70.
I'll stay 30
Stay,
meters back.
stay in running range. Just put it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's
Still stay in
big.
running range to him.
That's very close.
To you is I'm fast, mate.
Gotta
Have
go
a speedy
fast.
boy.
I'm a speedy boy when it comes to sprinting, so you're fine.
Anyway, go follow him. If he's going back to his hub, we can find out where it is, and well, there we fucking go. That's one place to take him out, or to, well, acquire stuff. That dog. What the fuck are you doing over there? Sorry. Right. Just go do that now before we lose him. Quickly. We'll keep an eye out for the scribe, because one of us needs to stay here. Right, who's good at looking at things.
I'll
start.
motion. Yeah, I'll motion for him to get going, and then I'll follow behind him.
Remember, main thing is to observe, not interact. Find out where the fuck he's going.
Why do you think I'm going? So he doesn't do the interacting.
I'm following the one who beat me up.
Okay, so you want to go and follow the Arbite. Now, he is
Yes,
with
sir.
a number of enforcers, so he's not on his own. And you can see as they're walking along that it's kind of like having an older kid hang round with younger kids, where the enforcers are talking amongst themselves and banter, and every now and then, like they'll pass the Arbite a low stick, or there's a lot more fooling around with the enforcers, but when it comes to the Arbite, it's more respectful. It's more, he's more powerful than us. Let's not piss him off. He may hurt us. Kind of a vibe coming from them. But can you give me a sneak test, which we're going to be calling concealment?
I think it's snake in this.
It is sneak.
Stealth.
It is
It's
sneak,
stealth.
but stealth rather. But we're using it in a concealment way. So you're not sneaking behind him because that's dumb. You're trying to make yourself smaller, walking with the crowd, but keeping the Arbite in view.
There's actually a talent for that. Which,
Okay,
the face in the crowd lets you roll fellowship when shadowing.
Wait,
It's really good for a face.
Oh, face in the crowd. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why I thought-
unfortunately, you don't get the bonus. So just flat, please.
So, agility or perception?
It's agility.
Agility.
Annoyingly, I'm 50 off of buying it.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm 3 points off my fellowship from being able to get it.
I'm gonna spend a fate.
So Mordecai.
Me too.
So
Oh my god.
you should be aware that if you can't sneak, you're meant to be further back, just walking and not following. You're just meant to be there for when they shout. If you start sneaking and you mess up, then it's going to detract from Ezio's score. You're not sneaking. You're just walking with the crowd and making sure, right, I'm within roughly 40 meters of where Ezio should be.
Okay,
So
sorry,
if he cries out for help, you can run in that direction.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't
Sorry.
got the skill, it will just mess up Ezio's score. That's all.
I mean,
There's not a lot he can mess up.
yeah. Sorry, I thought you wanted us to both roll it. So, But sorry about that.
No,
I won't
that's
re-roll it
quite
then.
alright. That's quite
To be
alright.
fair, I think you both got the same amount of degrees anyway.
It's not far off. So, as Ezio starts trying to conceal himself within the crowd, because again, there's a throng of people just moving through. This is New Year's Eve in any city, capital city around the world, packed. So, taking into that fact, so he's going to roll his... This is probably not going to go well for you guys. Okay, so
Bare minimum.
as you start following the Arbite, you notice that the group of enforcers and the Arbite in question are making their way away from this district. They're heading to what seems to be the neighbouring district. Until you notice that they're on the main thoroughfare, the main path connecting, but then they take essentially what would be a passenger off-ramp off these massive walkways for the citizens to come and go, and they actually head down one floor. It takes you about an hour with following them to where you go down underground, under this floor, and you see them stop off at another... they stop off at this long strip that seems to be catering for food, drink, bars. There's lots of just little walking bars, much like the place that you had your lunch at, your noodles, where you can just stand, have something to eat, and then go. But there are a couple of areas where they do have some basic stalls sat out where you can see manufactorum workers in this area have also come. Not manufactorum workers, ministorum, administratum workers, and you can see them kind of flexing their backs as they've been hunched over all day. Some of them have blue tips to the fingers or black tips to the fingers where they've been using quilling ink for whatever reason. And you see that the Arbite and his group of enforcers make their way further in. The crowd in here is much more condensed, so give me another stealth check, and also give me a perception check, awareness check, with a -10.
Do you want me to do the awareness check as well?
Yes,
or...
you will need to do the awareness check at this point to try and keep an eye on Ezio, rather than trying to keep an eye on the Arbite and his group. You're just trying to see where's Ezio. Okay, he's there, he was there, and now, okay, right, he's over there. I need to...
I am gonna re-roll that.
Sure.
Because hopefully get slightly... oh no, that succeeds. There we go.
Okay, so as you're down in this long bar strip, the hustle and bustle is going on. Ezio, you keep track of where the Arbite and the enforcers are, but yeah, you think you've got all the enforcers. That's right. They were all there. Okay, no, it's fine. You carry on going. Unfortunately, as you try and get into your, rejoin the crowd and try and keep the Arbite in view, and we will see what happens there. And Mordecai, as you see...
I would like to point out, if he's attacking me, he doesn't get the ambush bonus.
Don't think he's...
Why doesn't he get
just an FYI.
ambush bonus?
It's one of the talents you can grab.
Because I'm paranoid. I'm pulling out survivor's paranoia.
Okay, right. So the Arbite. Sorry, I didn't push the talk in. So the Arbite doesn't seem to notice you at the moment, as him and his group make their way further into this this bar strip. As you get further in, you can see that it starts getting seedier. There are now girls in the bars who are beckoning patrons off the walkway, and there are areas where you can actually sit. There are tables now inside, basically makeshift little taverns. Street bars would be a better term for it. There's no wall for most of them. Some of them just are divided by a curtain between one establishment and the next. And you can see that there's a lot of people just coming, going, some of them drinking, some of them having food, many of them just relaxing for a few hours. Can you both give me exactly the same tests again, except from this time, Ezio, can you give me an awareness check with flat rather than the -10?
Am I still at the -10?
No, you wouldn't be.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh!
Awareness, no. Stealth?
Okay.
Yes.
So, Ezio, you're pretty
Delete
sure
that.
you had them, and then a group of scribes comes out of this establishment, all heading against the tide. The way they're walking and the smell, they seem to have partaken in some sort of drug and alcohol, and they get in your way, and you kind of lose eye contact with your target. And as you move around and just try and get them out of the way, you can't see where the Arbite and his group went, but you see quite a large, burly man, basically just knocking his way. He's got a path, he's got somewhere to be, and he is cutting a path through the crowd. And you quickly nip behind him and follow in his wake, concealing your presence and being able to move through the crowd to see if you can catch up with said Arbites. Mordecai, as you're looking around and trying to keep an eye on where Ezio is, one of the tavern girls comes out and, "Hey, you look a little bit finer than the rest. Why don't you come in and have a..." You kind of brush her aside, trying to look for... Shit, where did he go? I can't... You can't see him. You can just see this wake of people, like, flooding into a gap that's been made by someone or something. You know, there's no other exits. There's one walkway that goes along, and you can come off and go into bars, but there's no like corners that you can see.
Shit. I just microbeat to Darius. Go. I'll give him this. He's good at sneaking.
What's he saying, Jenny?
Would Mordecai still be in my compete range or not?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't want to combi you because you're hunting this guy and it might give away your position. Is Mordecai's logic at least of why he's like?
Unfortunately, you can't beat me. I don't
Okay.
have one.
I combi Jenny because one of you two has one.
That's why I stuck with someone who actually has a beat.
Just go. Can you figure out and send the location of his combi to me? Is that a thing you can do as a mechanicus?
No, you're in
probably break some of your
com
rules.
range.
Yeah,
you're
but
in-
I want to know where he is without potentially giving away where he is to the person we don't want.
He's not close enough. You're in a massive crowd that's quite loud.
Yeah.
You can easily comm him, and think spy movie where they're walking through the streets of New York, and you know they're following someone. You're far enough back that they're not going to be able to hear anything.
Okay, let's go. Ezio, I've temporarily lost track of you.
Follow the big way. Follow the wake. Made by the big
way-
dude.
And
You
I'm
can
guessing
see
I
it
see
now.
the wake.
Yeah.
I go, okay, just stay safe and don't get into a fight.
I've got my pistol.
That does not sound encouraging to what I just said.
I'll be safe.
Uh,
This isn't my first rodeo.
Okay. Please tell me you keeping track of him and you haven't lost him as like I lost you.
It's a work in progress.
Oh,
What?
okay.
It's a work in progress. Thank you.
This has gone well.
I mean,
God fucking damn.
it's going better than last time. I'm not beaten up yet.
You haven't been attacked yet. Better than last time.
So can you give me your rolls again, except from this time, Ezio -10 for your awareness to try and find the Arbite and his group, and Mordecai a -10 to try and find Ezio.
Wouldn't he get a flood? Yeah. I was
Fucking corn. Corn, piss
Ugh.
off of here, please.
Mordecai, you think you're in the right place. You can see now a big dude who's pushing his way through and making kind of a wake of people, and you think, but you're just too far back and you can't see Ezio's head as he's trying to keep low and keep unseen. Mordecai also has to go against your stealth tests when he loses sight of you.
Yeah. It's going well.
It's alright when you don't lose line of sight with someone shadowing and sneaking. Well, you're looking directly at them, they don't disappear. But once they go out of sight, it's like, I lost track of them. Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
I just keep faking it, like, yeah, totally on your tail. Yeah.
I would like to ask if it's possible. I would like to record my route.
so your route so far, you haven't actually gone on any corners. There's no, you've just gone straight down.
Yeah, but I'm talking in general.
Yeah, you can keep, track of it in your mind. This is, and look for landmarks like bar signs and manufactorum buildings and things like that, or ask someone for the street name.
I would keep it to landmarks.
But at the moment, yeah, you've just gone a straight line, and you've kind of lost track of them. So the big dude is still carrying on for a little while before he seems to turn off after reaching his favourite bar with you do notice that the girls in there, for such a big lad, he's definitely gone with larger women. The women there are at least a foot larger than average and a bit bigger boned. And as he disappears off, you notice that all of a sudden you're surrounded by people again. His wake is no longer there, and as you look around, you still can't see where the Arbites and the Enforcers went. But you carry on, keeping low-ish, making yourself a small target, just another bedraggled citizen. Is that the right word? Bedragged. Yeah.
I understood it.
Yeah.
All I got is just...
Unfortunately, Mordecai, you see the large dude walk off, and now you don't even have the wake to determine. How the distance between you and the big dude is probably about 55 meters. So you're not that far.
Walk straight through. I'm not following the big dude anymore.
That's helpful, because he's just disappeared.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I'll find you. Just keep following. Be quiet.
Quiet is successful today.
Quiet also means no talking.
I mean...
You got
there's so
this.
much
You'll be
background.
fine.
Alright.
You don't need me. It's fine. I'm gonna keep trying to find him, but at this point, him following this guy is more important than me finding him to follow this
Okay.
guy.
So give me the rolls again. Your
Same modifiers?
Yeah, same modifiers, -10 for your awarenesses for both of you. Actually, Mordecai should be -20.
Yeah, I was in the middle of putting a -20 on for some reason anyway.
Because
God
degrees
damn
of
it! I would have
success.
made it as a 10 as well. Getting me and my
Okay,
big mouth.
so as you keep going, keep looking for these individuals that you just can't see anymore, you come to an up ramp, and there is no more street.
No more street. Like,
Yeah, there's no more bars. There's no more. The bars all stop. There's an up ramp that leads you back up to what you imagine is the main public highway, pedestrian highway. That's a better word for it. That you were on earlier.
Yeah. Seems like I need to go back to the main roadway. Will we try to find him? Or will we try and see if Shenny can do some mechanical stuff?
Are you saying that to me? Or
Yeah, I'm talking to Mordecai.
just saying you lost him?
Yeah, I'm back on the main street.
This is not gonna look good. Well, at least you didn't
I
get
mean,
beaten
at
up.
least we... Yeah, I was about to say that.
Get back here and meet me at, and I just list one of the bars that I can see, and we'll go from there.
Alright, we'll do.
Oh, that's not scary seeing those rolls.
I mean, at least I have a chance to spot him too.
You do.
Yes,
You do.
meet me.
Can I have an awareness check with a -10 for Hive World? But then can I get a +20 for his failure?
So, plus 10 overall.
No, +20 overall. Hang on. No, yeah, sorry,
You
plus
said
10.
-10 plus 20. Yeah, okay. Do you want me to do it as well, or?
For you, Mordecai, you would need to roll with a -20 to start with. You wouldn't get the pluses because you were, at best guess, 50 meters back from where you should have been when the big dude walked off. He was about 55 meters in front of you, so Ezio was around there and was moving forwards. So now you're just trying to find Ezio.
Yeah, I'll still try to find Ezio, and I've listed a bar that's right next to me. It's with the -20. God damn it! I would have made it again with the -10.
So, Ezio, as you...
Would I need to roll stealth again?
No. As you are stood there trying to be out of the way as people come and go, you're on your microbead, you know, telling Mordecai, look, I've lost him at the moment. I don't know. I'm going to head back and see if I can find anything. Is it your paranoia, or is it just a gut feeling that, for whatever reason, you feel eyes in the back of your head, and you turn round and you can see a very large individual with a scar down the left side of his face walking over to you. Citizen, are you not happy with the judgment I gave you earlier? Is there a reason that you'd be following an Arbites officer around?
But I was just going to my hat block. I
Please?
spoke with some friends and I lost them. Look, you can come along with me to my friend.
Please roll me deceive. I'll give you a +10 for your quick thinking.
Oh no.
So,
In fact, this is not getting to beat me up a second time. This is
So
a bad idea.
scrutiny, perception.
I'm using a fate point.
No, I think it's fellowship when you're trying to... Yeah, I think it's fellowship when you're trying to determine lies. You can use a fate point.
I think it's scrutiny, is it not?
That's not
Scrutiny.
ideal. Yeah, it's scrutiny fellowship usually.
Citizen, why do I smell lies coming out of your filthy mouth? Is there a reason that you would lie to Narbites officer?
But I'm not lying. I point over to...
As you turn around,
I say the...
as you
I
turn
say
around,
the
you would
name
notice
of the
that
bar.
as you turn around, you would notice one of the enforcers that was with the Arbite is closing in, and as you look round, you can see a number of enforcers who are closing in. They are not in their enforcer outfits. They haven't got the armor, the batons, the weapons, because they're off duty.
I am a dodgy fellow.
Are you going to say anything to the person who might be able to come and help?
So you can keep
I would
microbeads
have
on.
to open my microbead. My microbead would be on broadcast, so you would be able to listen in.
I go, shit. And I sort of start running towards the place where I know he roughly is, because I feel like I'm going to see a kerfuffle very soon to make it very obvious.
And indeed, as you run towards the end of this row of taverns and pubs and whatnot, you see that a ring of people has begun to form, as citizens are stepping well back, but keeping close enough to get a good eye if anything should go flying. You know, maybe a wallet, a tooth, or something. Who knows? So, citizen, were you not happy with my decision, my judgment earlier? Did you want to seek out a bit of revenge?
No, I was trying to get to my friend. Look, I called my friend just now and he's coming over, so calm down, please.
Tell him I'm on my way. You're not going to get out of this by lying. Just tell him I'm on my way.
I said that my friend's coming over.
What do you think, boys? Should I distribute the God Emperor's justice? Or should I leave his noble work in your valiant hands? Yeah, we can do it. We're more than happy to do it. Sir, we're more than happy to give the God Emperor's justice to this scumbag.
I shouted out, I'm just trying to get to a friend. Alright?
Oh, hang on, which one is it?
Look, he's even coming over right now, so just wait for a couple of seconds and he'll be here any minute.
My run is 24, so I will get there quite quickly.
Okay, so as the enforcers are all getting closer, chiming in that no, you leave it in our hands, Lawrence. We've got this. You go and enjoy your free time. You just burst through the crowd and see this this event kicking off.
Oh, Ezio, what did you bump into an Arbite again?
No, I was just trying to get to you, and this Arbite suddenly halted me.
Thank you for locating my friend, officer. We'll be on our way.
I go along with Mordecai and bolt as fast as possible.
No.
And I'm reaching for my wallet to give them some money for their troubles, but
Okay, so
I don't think that's gonna help. But
check for a moment. Okay. He wants to make a donation to the God Emperor's funds. Is that why you've got your wallet out, citizen? Oh.
Yes.
Do we have
yes,
a donator? I see.
You deserve a donation after finding my friend. Thank you very much again for that. Let me just pay you and we'll be on our way.
Oh, let me come to a decision about this. With the calculations, you have to understand.
Of course, of course.
He stands
Shut
there
up,
and he
just-
watches you for a
Got you
moment.
mind fucking.
He
Shut
watches
up.
you for a
Sorry,
moment
Liliana.
and a moment longer. You can see his body tense up.
Can I roll Sidicians?
As you attempt to roll Syniscience, he punches you in the face as hard as he can.
Okay.
Can I?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was like, I'm gonna roll a Sidicians because he's just looked at me and then suddenly moved. But yeah, I'll probably see nothing. But
So, he strikes you.
Hello, Jim.
He strikes you.
35.
Hello, sorry.
Oh, that's a gut
No
shot.
worries.
Well, you
Excellent.
spend like 4 hours in the toilet.
That works quite nicely.
He strikes you in the gut. Now, I think unarmed is -4 to the damage. So -4 from this. Oh, hang on, sorry. Hit the wrong button there.
Oh yeah, I'm not in my full body glove up here, am I?
So he does 1 damage. Oh,
Wait,
hang on.
He did one damage.
Wait, why is it on GM Whispered? It shouldn't be on GM Whispered.
It should.
So let me just double check, because does he have... No, he doesn't have any skills to help him there. So yeah, he deals 1 damage as he smashes you in the gut. He grabs your wallet, opening it up. So I do know that you have your funds distributed separately. Which wallet did you just give to him, and how much would be in there?
It would be the not the spending money, the seed money wallet, which only has 500 in it currently. I say only 500 is quite a lot, but
Okay. He takes something out of the wallet and drops the wallet on the ground. Thank you, citizen. And I should warn you, if I see either of you again in my vicinity, I will
You won't, sir.
bring the God
Thank you.
Emperor's justice on to your small, weak shoulders with my trusty,
I'm so
trusty
tempted to
shot.
build the Rosarius right now.
You don't have a Rosarius.
Yeah, you don't have
Don't
one.
we have the data sheet? with-
No, you have
but that's-
nothing. At the moment, you're
Yeah, we have
expendable
nothing.
agents who have no connection to the
Yeah.
Inquisition, other than that you are members of the Inquisition.
Wait, we're considered agents?
Well,
Yeah, man, we're actually famous.
yeah, yeah. So,
Go. Thank you again, sir, for your service.
I think we're
He
considered
turns-
assets.
as the rest of the enforcers begin to leave with him, a couple of them do spit on you. There are swears thrown at you. There's, would any of them try and kick you? Would any of them try and kick you? Let's just have a look here.
I would like to write them all
no,
down.
they probably wouldn't. You would try and do what?
I will write all of them
Oh.
down, and I
Don't do anything.
might afterwards I might need to say I write all of them down and set a skull after them.
Cool. You
With
only
an
got
H.
one name in that, so you can give
I
descriptions
mean,
of them.
probably.
You do realize you're not a dwarf and you don't have to keep a book of grudges, right?
Oh, what happened to Waldo?
I'm not a forgiving kind of person.
That's fine. I mean, you might be able to find out their names at a later date, but at the moment you only have rough descriptions of them. Well, not rough. You have descriptions of them. So, by all means, you can let the wounds heal as you pick yourselves up and kind of disappear off into the crowd. So, you headed back to the rest of the group?
For All those
Can I
ones,
follow them?
There you go.
Hello?
Do you really want to follow them again?
No, I will pull him by his collar if he tries to follow them again.
Then I'm being pulled by my collar.
How much did he take out of my wallet?
As you pick up your wallet, there's nothing in there.
Goodbye seed money. I mean, I've got 22k to replace it with, but... Meh.
Great, he just got paid by the Inquisition to punch you in the fucking gut and mug you.
It's...
Ah, I got a mark for that, don't worry.
Yeah, you're quite lucky. I was gonna have to beat you into unconsciousness, but
Yeah, you're lucky someone who can somewhat talk his way out of things with money showed up.
hey,
You know, I
you'd be
was going to
surprised how well
bolt.
that worked. You honestly, I was just gonna have them. Yeah, Ezio, if you try and fight back, the Arbite will call you in. They just beat you down until you go unconscious.
No,
But
Yeah.
having that
no,
running out
I
and
was trying
going,
to run.
oh, they wouldn't have let you. There was 6 Arbites, 6.
Yeah, you're not winning that
Um,
fight, mate.
There were 6
I mean,
enforcers
I
and
doubt-
1 Arbite.
You're not winning that fight.
I mean,
Sorry.
I wouldn't fight them, I would run.
Yeah, you're not running from that either.
So running
don't
in
know.
with your wallet out and good move. Surprisingly enough. So you make your way back. It's probably taken you about 2 hours to get to where you were, and then it's going to take you at least another 2 hours to get back. No, we'll say 3 hours round trip. That seems a little bit more like it.
I
So-
just combied over to Jenny and go, he got spotted and has cost me 500 thrones, but he didn't get hurt. So, you know, that... I don't think that's a plus, really.
You know your friendship is getting awfully expensive.
I know.
What's
And
happened?
that is where we'll stop that, because we go back at least an hour and a half. So now it's 6:30, as the rest of the group are sat, well, wherever they are on this map. Whilst they were watching, you noticed that the scribe didn't come out. Some of you went off to follow the Arbite, while the rest of you would still be watching, staking the place out. So after an hour and a half goes by, oh, actually, so they have the fight, which was an hour and a half over. So actually, sorry guys, you can carry on that conversation, because, yeah, I messed up there. So you can carry on that conversation.
That's fine. Yeah, we're on our way back, and I've lost some of the seed money. Oh, well, I say lost. Better that than one of us unconscious.
Jenny, what's happening? I don't have a copy.
Get a goddamn combeat!
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to the noodle vendor and ask for a fucking corn bead. I can't buy a corn bead in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Don't sweat it. They're fine.
Alright, find out where he went.
Mordecai just lost a lot of money. To prevent Ezio from being severely beaten up by the enforcers who they spotted them, and well, you know the rest of the story. You can. Is Liliana ever leaving that toilet ever?
I hope so.
Seems
Can't keep
Liliana is
fighting
still
over.
sat in the toilet. That
I
mid-hive
mean,
sushi
I-
was not the best idea.
Anna, not retcon that. But Jenny would have said Anna because her identities were.
You see Anna, quotation marks, get out of the bathroom.
Finally.
Pass her hands on her stomach, like, ooh, that was a big one. And rejoin the group.
You know, I'm pretty sure I have some pills for that.
No. Just no, Jenny.
You
No.
spent 4 hours in there.
Yeah. Don't talk
Double
about
check.
it. It's uncomfortable.
I looked behind him to make sure there wasn't anyone else in the toilet. Just to make sure there wasn't some funny business going on. I've got a fucking important mission to do.
Was there anyone in the bathroom with me?
Roll a 1d100. Let's find out. So, as it gets to about 7 o'clock... Oh, someone was in there with you!
Oh, man!
So now I have to describe it. So the way that these toilets are laid out is very much Roman-esque style, in that there's no cubicles. There's just an open gutter with water that goes through it and goes down. Or it's more chemicals in 40k rather than wasting water. It's like bleach. Fuck knows. And you're sat, as Darius opens the door and peers in, you just hear this woman like, "Ah! What are you doing? Shut the door!"
I knew it!
Robert?
It's a public restroom, you emperor bug! Get out!
Robert? That is the female's bathroom. You goddamn idiot. And I'm just gonna slap him in the back of the head and drag him out of the door.
You.
She also had the middle hive sushi.
She was also in there for the last 4 fucking hours. Did you make a
Yes.
friend?
An awkward friendship may have erupted, but it will never be spoken of.
It wasn't the only thing. It wasn't the only thing that erupted in there.
Oh.
True. Although this is 40k,
Oh.
it should really be unisex, just to make it even more
You,
like.
you didn't
"Ugh."
really hear the
Yeah,
screams, don't worry about it.
It's kind of what I thought, to be quite honest. It's not like the Imperium actually fucking
Yeah,
beating people up like that, unless it's the Imperial Guard.
yeah. For now, we're just gonna say they on this world they decided no, we're going to separate the genders when they have a shit. So
We are civilized like that.
at about
This is
7
new to
o'clock.
me.
So an hour before Ezio and Mordecai. Oh god, you have all got aliases, which I should remember to use, but meh. Angus and Mordred are making their way back. They still have an hour to go before they get out of their cars. For Anna, for Vex, and for Robert.
Call me Bob.
You're Bob. You're all stood around having a bit of a laugh at Anna's expense, but also keeping an eye out on the goings on around here. And at 5:30, you noticed there was another flood of people that came from an opposite street, and all these people came in to the Adeptus buildings as you heard. Can't bother to do the announcement. You heard over the announcement. So what was it? It was 1700. So 1700. No, 1730. Just call it 1600. 1600 hours work shift has begun. Commence your work in the God Emperor's name. The 1600 work hour has begun. And you just see another tide of people. It does seem as if it's like a one-way street for this this pedestrian highway, where people are led in from one direction and out through another direction, and it seems to keep the flow going. At about half an hour after that flood of people, sorry, an hour after, at 7 o'clock, you see a small scribe exit from the Arbites precinct with a small pile of data slates. That's
That's her.
that on him. it's a small pile, but they're a very small person.
The toilet bowl. Alright, I think we got contact here. Jenny, it's your turn. Don't fuck it up and don't get mugged.
Okay.
Remember, we needed information on the fucking Arbites, the other Arbites, what they do with their free time and shit, because their main guy's fucking hit her main guy, her fucking boss, is the one doing all the work.
Excuse who are we asking for again? Because she's Romero's
guy.
scribe. No, like
Yes.
this is Romero's scribe, and we want the info on the others.
Yeah, we need info on the other ones because she seems to be doing a lot of she seems to be picking up a lot of the slack to help out with Romero, but the other two are apparently not doing anything at all.
Yeah, okay.
Anna, do you want to help out? I suppose.
Maybe. I mean, I would like some help, but maybe let's not crowd her too much.
Yeah, I'm not going. I still don't trust her. Like she probably fucking worked for a little bit eventually, but
Forgive me for being a little bit out of the loop. I was kind of stuck in the toilet for 4 hours. Help her with what again?
go over there and mug that scribe. No. God damn it! 1 second.
So whilst you were in the toilet, Anna,
Stupid thing.
some of your comrades noticed at the end of the work shift that the Arbite, maybe the Arbite who attacked Ezio, and some enforcers had finished for the day. So Mordecai and Ezio went and followed them. Didn't do a very good job on it. Lost their targets. Couldn't find their targets again. Lost sight of each other. Couldn't find each other again. And then had the Arbite come up behind Ezio and try and give him the rough down again before Mordecai was able to find him, his friend, and pay off the fine that Ezio had obviously incurred. So not much has changed for you and Jenny and Darius. You're still in this the same area, looking at the fortress precinct.
I see.
Right. Let's ask the scribe some questions first. Then, if that fails, you mug her.
She starts reading a data slate as she starts walking down the stairs.
Wait.
Or he.
Describe it. Is this the tiny
Yes.
gender neutral one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one.
Gender non-specific.
Okay. I'm on a motion for Jenny to lead the way.
Which I am going to move to intercept.
You see as she's walking down the steps and you're walking towards, her feet catch on her robes that seem to be far too big for him. And as he goes to step off, he catches his toe on the rim of the robes. You hear that, but then they manage to step on the step perfectly fine. And there's this they tighten up the bundle of data slates, and they stop reading the one that put it back in the pile and just clutch it tight and watch where you're stepping. As she sees you approach, he looks up and hello.
You should probably get that fitted. That's a working safety hazard.
Yeah. Well, it was my father's, you see, and I don't. We didn't have many possessions that passed down, but these were one of them. Inherited the position, So, yeah, I'll get them fitted at one point, I'm sure.
Well, so long as you don't break any more data slates.
But no more today, at the very least, and I've been more careful with them, I suppose.
And I hope the one I have fixed for you is doing well.
Oh yes, I'll be sure to give it a proper clean off this evening, and make sure that it's as content as it can be.
So, how's your leg?
Oh, fortunately, I didn't have to do that much walking around this afternoon, so it got a bit of time to rest. And you would notice as they do walk, there is still a limp there.
Good. Work with the arbitrators, yes?
Oh yes, I work for the Arbites. That's correct. Their hallowed
Yes.
work for the God Emperor.
Yes, upholding justice and the Emperor's law is hard work. I do not doubt it yet. It seems like some of them are working harder than the others.
Oh well, she starts walking and talking, and it looks like he's going over to the cathedral. It's not my place to say whose roles are more important, but for an investigator, there is no end of shift. You should always be thinking about the cases that you are working on. Even at the times when you should be relaxing, your mind should always be thinking about the unseen option. My Arbite says it in much finer words. I think in High Gothic it sounds more elegant as well, but Under just shrugs.
Well, I still do think that poor Arbite Romero will overwork himself if he's not careful. He should probably share the burden of duty with some of his compatriots, like, say, Arbitrator Smith or Lorenz.
Oh, well, they get to where basically they get to the steps of the cathedral. He stops talking for a moment as they take a knee, do the sign of the Aquila on their chest as they're closing their eyes, and then after a moment they get back up and turn around and go as if they're walking off out of the street. I'm sure it would be nice if, but they're specialised. As far as I've been told, at least, they're specialised, and Ramirez is an investigator. He does more thinking and more.
Specialized in what sense? Are they riot control?
I shouldn't really. Can you give me a charm test, please? You get a +10 for your previous interactions.
I was gonna say, can I do it with intelligence, but you cannot intelligence charm. It's either fellowship or influence. You said, what do I get?
+10.
Fishing.
I would allow you to use.
Fished!
Yes!
Oh, damn, son.
Damn, Daniel!
Well, it's not really my place to say, but I do think that they should be able to do more than what they're doing at the moment, especially with the fact that Ministratum has taken over most of the legwork for the Arbeiters position. I don't really see the point in them being around, but they are professionals. You can see that when they say that, there's a real, like, they're professionals kind of a look, but the words behind it are stronger.
I understand still. I do believe, and most of my kinsmen do, that the most efficient workload is one distributed to according to each other's specifications and skills. Perhaps I would like to have a word or two with arbitrators Lorenz and his partner Smith, of course, if such a thing could even be arranged, with their busy schedule and all.
I don't really handle their business. I mean, what would it be about? Certain circumstances, I suppose you'd speak to an Arbite. But you know the normal course of things. You tell an enforcer, the enforcer takes an interview, the Arbite reads the interview, then you get interviewed by the Arbite, and they kind of wave their hand in a circular motion and
Yes,
on
I'm
and on.
afraid that's terribly inefficient given the present circumstance, and I would like to go that straight to the Arbites. Yet, I cannot help but wonder how many years that would see justice evaded might be listening. It is a terribly sensitive situation.
Well, it may be a sensitive position. It's true that nobles and planetary governess, and if they wanted to speak, if you're from a position of influence, you can. But for most citizens, you have to go through the process. You could, I suppose, wait around for them and try and speak to them on their downtime.
And when would that be? I suppose it would be a start.
Well, that can be a bit tricky. Normally they would finish around 5 and start around 6, but they tend to come and go as they please a little bit more nowadays. Well, you can normally find, is it the salty nipple? Yeah, I think it's a tavern on the
Vex will pull out a data site to
on
make
the west
notes.
side of the hive. A grungy place, but they sometimes drink there. I think they like to do a bit of unofficial law enforcement.
I understand. Thank you, this has been most helpful.
Oh, well, yeah. By all means, I suppose you did save me with my my data slate before. Well, may the God Emperor protect, and I suppose we may cross paths again. Take care, Jenny.
Who?
Oh, sorry.
Rex.
Yeah, Rex.
I'll just make a sign of the cog. May the motive force flow freely through you, always.
She.
It is a mechanicus phrase. The motive force is a energy that flows through every living or, in fact, moving creature or contraption.
They try to make a little Aquila where they're holding so many data slates, and let me
I'll
No,
just
none
smile
fall out.
and-
For some weird reason, Jim, my roller keeps going to Liliana. I don't know why, but every time I go... You know where you can roll as someone else? Well, for some reason it keeps going to your character, and I don't know why.
I mean, I am pretty cool, and my character is pretty special, so you know.
It's only because I'm rolling GM 1d100s quickly that you guys can't see that it's got Liliana's picture there. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, so they try to make the sign of the Aquila, and they do it quite well, and as a data slate starts to slip, they kind of move their arm to catch it and rebundle the stuff up, and yeah, thank you, take care, bye. And they turn around, and they go to leave. Jenny, roll me awareness with a minus 60.
Okay, I feel like I'm getting pickpocketed. Is this the...
No, it was the complete
Wow.
opposite. So you
is
still
this
have
avoid
no
being
idea what
surprised?
their gender is. You still cannot figure it out.
Is that?
Their gender is scribe.
It
Gender,
has
whatever
become
they
one
want
with
to
the
do.
scribe. They identify themselves as a scribe. Lovely.
The pronouns are data slate and pen.
Wow.
Sounds very Slaneshi.
I'm just gonna turn to Anna and go like, she's got some pretty good reflexes and sense of balance. Have you seen the tower of the data slate she's carrying? They're carrying?
Jenny's got a crush.
Oh, she's not.
Albert, behave. Dear
You can't
Vax
hear
does
me.
have a
I'm
crush,
all the way over
but you
here.
don't have to say that out loud. Behave, my boy.
You thought it loud enough for us all to hear.
True.
Your vocal cords are not essential to operations, right?
Don't remind
I
me.
just, Jenny, worry not.
I know. Well, we have a place. A salty nipple.
Alright,
Mm,
I
shall we
think
learn
I
out of them?
preferred the golden eagle, but
No more eagles.
now we just need to figure out where the salty nipple is.
well, I will leave that up to you.
You do realize I'm not tech inclined, right? I don't know how to plug into a stuff like you do and then, find information.
I was thinking
Well,
that you would
Where did
just
they say
ask.
they were? Or where did they say it was? Did they not see it what it was?
A bar with
West side of the hive.
Alright,
You would have gotten a
I
rough.
would assume an erotic component, judging by the name.
You would. You've been given a rough area of where it is. They don't know where it is. Like, they couldn't tell you it's on this street, down this way, down this way. They only know that it's a bar called the Salty Nipple, and it's in the west part of the hive in this direction. And from that you can, it'll be easier to locate. Once you get in that area, you ask, where's the Salty Nipple? And see if people know where the bar is.
Should we just go there then? I mean,
Sure.
Even if we do go there, they kind of know who we are now. And more than that, how do we, push their off buttons when we're there?
we'll figure out when we get there. We can see what we can use when we get there. Get to the area. Try and use the environment to our advantage somewhat.
True. Now,
So using the high
where
ground
is
to snipe a position.
Mordred and Angus, by the way? I
Getting
heard
mugged.
that they left, but they got mugged.
About
Lovely.
15 minutes after this interaction happens, they would start entering the map again. So another 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you're all back together.
Well, they know our faces now. Not you, but definitely his. Probably
Well,
mine.
we know which establishment they like to frequent.
Oh?
The Salty Nipple. I do not know who comes up with those names.
Probably someone who likes to be at sea. I don't know. Where
Wait,
is it?
does this planet even have a large body of water?
Doesn't matter to bartenders who, or barkeepers who come up with the names.
Do people over here even know what is a sea?
That's why else do you think there are a dozen different bars on the same street all called the Emperor's Hands?
Because I don't know.
Listen, the Emperor works in mysterious ways. He doesn't know why he gives people with stupidity and other people with not with
The
actual
Messiah.
intelligence. The fuck's an homicide? No, no.
Just even Mordecai gives you a look then.
Okay, the joke's gone too far.
Where is this salty nipple?
West side of the hive. We will probably have to inquire about the specific location.
GM, is that the direction we came from?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a sort of a roll we might be able to make to see if we recognize where the name or no?
Intelligence, -60.
Okay.
You had no idea to look for that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can just ask the locals if need be.
That's -960.
Remember, natural 1 auto success. Yes.
I know. And there were a few nipples and a few, salty wenches, but no, not that I remember.
I
Can't we just,
thought you
like,
were
go there
supposed to
and
be
ask
killing
someone in the general
Arvides and
direction?
not chasing erotic indulgence.
Yeah, probably best we do just go there. Just it would speed everything up.
Okay.
Oh.
So you bundle into your car because you do have a car, so it will be a lot quicker. And you ask the driver to take you to this area, and he does. And rather than taking a few hours, you take the noble paths, which get you there a lot quicker. After about 20 minutes of going on quite fast roads at certain points, but it seems quite odd because you seem to go much further away from your destination to then swing around and go into a little... This is a very underground car park, much like the one for the Drunken Eagle. Yes, much like the one for the Drunken Eagle, except from this time, rather than one staircase going up, it's got a very large, like 3-person, 4-person staircase going up onto a street, and the driver tells you that this is the rough area that's the area that you wanted. And no, the driver doesn't know any place called the Salty Nipple.
Now, before we step up, before we go much further, should me and Ezio really be with you guys, or do you not
Probably
mind?
not.
Probably not.
Alright, stay in the car.
Yeah.
Which one of you is the one that got mugged?
I did. I lost all
Alright,
of
give me your
the
combo.
Us.
Take his. He's the one that owes me the money.
I move my
I
hand to
wouldn't
Ezio.
have paid him. You paid him.
Give me the combo. I'm gonna need it if we're gonna go in here and split up.
Give it to him, Ezio.
I'm still mad about that rat. I
What's
believe
the
that girl.
Okay. How about I flip a coin?
Roll
Just-
1d2.
Yeah, okay. Call heads or tails, or 1 or 2.
Heads. 1.
Okay. Mordecai, give me the fucking combo. No, wait. That was Mordecai's number, so Ezio, give me the fucking combo.
Yeah.
He has a little note to it. 500. No.
What?
How much?
What?
He gives it.
Okay. Give
Okay,
it,
thank
that's
you.
fine.
I'll slip the combo on and make sure it's on the proper fucking frequency for the team.
Yep, it is.
It already is.
So, you leave 2 of your companions behind in the car, and you make your way up the staircase. Once up in the staircase, this is a much grungier area. Much grungier than the area that you were just in. As in, so the 2 people who would have realised this aren't with you. But this area is definitely lower quality establishments than where Ezio and Mordecai were. Sorry, bloody Diet Cokes. So, as you make your way up, would you like to roll me inquiry? Is it inquiry? It's inquiry.
Yeah, it's inquiry.
With either fellowship or perception. Perception's going to be a lot harder. A lot harder.
Inquiry intelligence. Can I
I
show
don't
you?
have inquiry yet.
intelligence?
I don't have
Fellowship
inquiry either.
isn't. I thought it was inquiry to ask questions and find.
It was.
It is, yeah. Just
How do you lot still not?
because we have other skills to buy as well.
Because it's a social
I just-
skill.
I have
There's-
2 in inquiry.
I mean,
I had to buy scrutiny and I got the last session, so I'm sorry.
I have a free reroll for it anyway, because of clues from the crowd, to be fair.
Is
So-
there?
That's good.
Are
Roll
there
inquiry
any, like,
for me.
map terminals or servo schools around I can ask for directions?
There are no servo skulls in this area. The problem with
I would
maps is these are civilian bars that can pop up anywhere. And you don't know,
My
so you're
minus
really
10
asking
applies,
people
doesn't it?
first.
Well, I tried selling you intelligence. I tried. At least.
You're minus 10, Darius. I believe it
For
would.
distrustful.
I believe it would apply. 'Cause
Alright.
these are new people.
Yeah, okay. This is basically Darius kind of going up, giving everyone the fucking shifty eye and going, where the fuck is the salty nipple?
Show me the salty nipple. I know you know where it is.
Okay.
And my free reroll.
Oh yeah, sure.
There we go.
No. So the 3 of you spend about half an hour and you don't really get anywhere. You have the option to go and tell your teammates, look, this isn't really working. Can one of you give it a try? Because you're only looking for the area, the place. You're not actually, you know.
I call
Liliana puts
Mordecai.
Liliana puts her
Ah,
hand in the
do I see them from
Lost.
around?
So
What?
you'd get a call from Mordecai. Mordecai would get a call from Darius, informing you 2 to come up and to try and find the location of this place, just to expedite it. So yeah, you can then.
Wow.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
I think you mean he can't.
So
What-
you can re-roll that Ezio if you want,
Please do.
or
Please.
we play out this.
Can I re-roll it for free?
No,
Do you know how to
No.
No.
Fate it, please.
you don't have any fate. Okay, So
Oh my God.
as the people coming and going, you see your team going and failing. You know, they're asking a specific group of people, like a particular
Oh,
group.
fuck me.
You, Ezio, go, well, maybe we're trying in the wrong area, and you find the oldest lady you can find, and you go up to her and, do you know where the salty nipple is? I need to find it. Have you seen it? And she just whoosh, slaps you in the face. So 1d10
Can I roll
minus
dodge?
4. No. So you take 5 damage.
You've
As
just
she
asked her
slaps
for
you
her
and
salty nipple.
you realise that she had a ring on her finger that she must have quickly spun round as you take 5 damage.
That's a meaty old lady.
That was a
Damn.
mean Jesus Christ.
She's done better than the Arbite did on me.
She just runs away at that. She looks really shocked as you've just come up and started asking about the
Her
salty
salty
nipple.
nipple.
Under
Let's
the
go
old lady
aside.
cloaks, she's got like gang tattoos.
It's probably
Maybe,
worth
maybe.
mentioning after that hilarious display, this is not where we encountered the Arbites.
Lillian is gonna
yeah.
sigh, and she's just gonna look around. Is there any, basically, taxi place or a store around here? She can easily see.
Roll me. Realistically, you should have to roll inquiry again to try and find a taxi place. So I'll give
I'm
you.
just looking around. It's not exactly asking.
Okay, so let's say you're going to take 10 and you look around and look around. This area doesn't seem to have vehicles on it. This is mainly pedestrians walking around, but you do see a couple of rickshaws from time to time, taking this area's wealthy around. And after, again, as your 10 minutes are up, you see one coming down that's actually empty. And you kind of give him a wave to try and flag him down. And roll me charm. Plus 10.
Plus 10. Come on, baby.
Plus 20. Because you're wearing nicer clothes. Which
It's plus
remember
20,
now.
then I actually passed.
Yeah. So, and I did say that before the roll came on my end. But you're a woman. I said he's a man. You've already said you're a pretty woman. And you've already said that you've bought nicer clothes. So, he kind of brings his little rickshaw to a halt and yes, can I interest you in a lift, my lady?
Yes, please. Also, can you take me to the salty nipple by any chance?
He gives you a really weird look, like, are you
She's
sure it's not? It's a dangerous place.
Liliana's gonna look at him, smile, and she says, "That's precisely where I want to go. There, I want to watch."
You
If
just said
you're
I'm a dangerous
sure,
lady.
if you're sure, I'm afraid I can't take your entourage here. They'll have to run behind, I suppose. I could maybe take. Well, no, I could definitely take one more. It's a 2-seater after all, but
Liliana's gonna look.
Jenny, get in.
Jenny, get
Jenny,
in.
come with us. Come with me, please, my dear. Come on, chop, chop.
Yes.
And she's gonna
yes.
slap her fingers, and she's gonna take a seat.
so
I motion to Ezio and Mordecai to get back in the fucking car.
the rickshaw driver takes off as Darius gets up a jog, and Ezio and Mordecai kind of look at each other and okay, go down the stairs to the car. You guys can, if you want, get some street food or go to a bar just to drink. You're not encased in that car park, locked away.
I just take a nap in the car.
I'm gonna offer to go for a drink with Ezio, and as we're walking back to the car, I'm gonna try and summon a rat to me.
Oh dear God.
Oh no.
You will go straight to the car, regardless what happens.
If I have
Right.
to break out psychic phenomena.
Yeah, if you have to break out phenomena or even perils for this, I'm gonna regret it.
Doubles. Damn it.
Doesn't matter. Works.
So after a while, when you're down there, you hear this scurrying and skittering around in the darkness, and after a while, Mordecai, you can see the beady eyes of vermin staring back at you. But for the moment, we zoom over to the rickshaw driver, who, after a couple of minutes of running through the streets, brings you outside of a place that you're just like, wow, this is the biggest shithole dive I've ever seen. It's probably a 2-story building, kind of in the fashion of a Louisiana mansion with the old style pillars that come down. There are girls who are dancing in the windows. Some of the windows are boarded up, some of them are open, like glass, so women are dancing. Others have sheets across, where you could just see the shadows of the individuals in the room doing some pretty nasty things. You think you can see one person with a whip lashing something, and another person with a paddle smacking something. And there's an individual who is stood outside of the Salty Nipple. Hey, oh, come in, we've got hanging pussy, we've got salty nipples, we've got it all, we've got everything you need. The drippy nipples, the small nipples, the big nipples, them titties that make your mind go wild.
For some reason, I'm thinking about that vampire movie where the guy's outside screaming pussy, 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 pussy.
And that building
Yeah, that,
is very similar as well
yeah.
in the
from
style
Dusk
of
Till
what's
Dawn.
here.
We got snake
Yes,
pussy. We
exactly.
got Latin pussy.
There are a number of drunken men just laid on the stone outside the Salty Nipple. Some of them have got big bruises across their face, and others are dribbling blood down the stairs, but no one really seems to give a fuck about them. The bouncers are seem to be playing a game where they flick low stick butts and are trying to get it in one of the downed individual's ear. One of them has succeeded, and there is a low stick butt sticking out of an individual's ear as he lies unconscious on the stone. As you kind of watch for a moment, a fight actually erupts as 3 individuals come colliding out of the premises with 3 really hunch motherfuckers, like muscles on muscles on muscles. These guys make the Arbite look small as they just come out kicking the shit out of 3 blokes, just absolutely destroying them. You see teeth go flying, you see jaws get crushed. They don't even stand a chance before getting thrown out onto the stone. Well, it's not stone; it's ceramite concrete floor as they hit the basically pavement. Jenny, you're not sure if they're still alive.
Liliana is gonna clap her hands. She's gonna look at.
Fuck.
Look, Vex, so exciting! And she's gonna give the
That's a
the
throne,
carriage
please.
guy. She's gonna give him 5 thrones.
Thank you very much.
You do go to the most exotic of places, Miss Pondsmith.
I know, exciting, isn't it? She's gonna look. Is Robert? Was he able to keep up with the carriage?
Yes, it wasn't, it's one bloke running. Oh, it's a rickshaw, it's a man-powered seat. So it was easy for Darius just to trudge and keep up.
She's gonna look, Robert, so exciting. Let's go in.
I'm gonna sigh, drop my shoulder, and go, this is gonna be the death of me, I swear it.
So you exit the rickshaw, and as you make your way to the Salty Nipples doors, the man is still shouting out about all the different types of nipple and pussy that you can have at this establishment, and how the drink isn't half bad. You open the doors, and the darkness yet so Picture a little bit how Dawn of the Dead bar is. There's a massive bar that goes from almost one side all the way to the end, to the other side of the building. There's a performance table in the middle that's connected with a walkway and different seats and bar tables dotted around the place. A little bit like a cabaret show building would be set up. Only in this place, you've got women everywhere. Almost all of them have a leather tie around their neck. Maybe like a very primitive belt that goes round with a tag on. And as you look around, you can see that a number of men have women sat on their laps, doing shots of alcohol, licking something off of the women's breasts, namely their nipples.
So that's why it's called the salty nipple.
Almost like there's salt.
Is there a lemon position somewhere?
No,
Yeah,
there
I was
isn't,
just gonna say-
unfortunately.
Margaritas.
No, it just
Who's this
you
Margaret
just see a
speaker?
clear fluid that they seem to be doing shots of, or clearish, and you can definitely see a few individuals putting a crystalline substance on the women's nipples as they lick them. The women do not seem like you've been in some dodgy places. You've seen some things with the acid, with the poison kiss. These women do not seem happy, or you can see some men who are slapping asses as they're going by, grabbing, groping. This is a feminist's worst nightmare incarnate.
Although Liliana's smiling, deep down she loathes this place. She doesn't like it at all, but she has to keep up the appearances.
Alright, can I scan the room for Bigums and his pack of cronies?
Pickums.
Yes, you can, if you so wish. So give me a awareness with a -10.
Okay. Minus 10.
As just terrible music bursts out of this place. Because it's still the hive.
Real quick. Did I bring anything about the photos? No.
Jenny puts her vox pods in.
God damn it. Alright, I'm using my fate point. Or a fate point.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, beautiful. So, would anyone else out of would you two ladies like to roll me an awareness as you look round? Not that any of you know what this guy looks like, except from a small, brief description.
Liliana has seen one of them, so...
Oh no, sorry, you did see them. You did see them when Darius pointed him out.
I pointed them
God damn
out.
it.
Yeah.
Wow, Jenny, save us.
Please. Alternatively, someone use fate. We get one a session.
Liliana, do it. Jenny, I swear to fuck. Jenny, stop worshipping corn, you fucking bitch.
So sadly, you look
I will
around.
use a fate, because,
I-
you know what, I still have 3 left, so...
You know, but I'm gonna spend one too. I might as well.
The fucking cornet tech priest.
Nope.
Nope, that's now
At
just
least I got
Slanesh.
Slanesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slanesh, best number ever.
So, you can't find the individuals that you were looking for. So, you can't stand there forever. One of the girls comes over to you and in a very submissive way, this way and we'll get you seated. She leads you over to an empty table, cleans some of the blood and spilt drinks off of it, and gets you all seated. Can I get you drinks? Bar special, 1 Rome. As she says that, there's a real grimace. Yeah.
Liliana's gonna say, please do, and bring yourself along with it.
I think that's the point of the bar special.
Okay. She looks
Oh, I
at
know.
the other two.
Let's give her like this the
Drink,
stink
Jenny.
eye, like the suspicious eye. Yeah.
Darius, drink.
I will have a drink, yes, please.
Do you want the bar special?
I do not know what it is. Do I have
So-
to put
so
it
I
through
guess-
chemical analyzer?
Liliana
I guess
will
you'll be
pay
paying
a
for the
special for
bar
everyone.
special then. So it's only a throne. It's not much. Darius, are you having a drink?
Yeah.
And
I'm
what
still
drink
giving
would
her
you
the
like?
stink eye as she fucking walks off though.
What drink would you like though? Are you having a bar special as well, or are you having something else?
Give me a proper fucking drink. I don't want any bars touching my specials or anything like that. I just want proper fucking AMSEC.
Okay, so you get an
Really?
Amasec for 5 thrones.
Yep.
After a couple of moments go by, your Amasec is brought to you. It burns as you drink it. Proper guard issue, cheap Amasec.
Just like home.
And Jenny, Liliana, as you come over, as the waitress comes over, she is accompanied by another waitress, and they place a shot next to you both and a small little bottle, which looks like it contains about another shot, maybe 2, and a crystal is placed down. It's a white crystal, and they then sit on your laps.
That will not be
They
necessary.
place their hands on the back of your neck, and they kind of shut their eyes and think of better things.
I'm gonna move the one that is sitting onto my on my lap to sit by me, just gently. I'm gonna just push her to sit, and I'm gonna give her
Bar
the
special.
shot.
We have to get back to work.
That,
Sorry, miss, but can you yeah.
I'm just gonna down the shot and not touch her.
Oh. Okay, they seem a little bit confused as you do the shot. It burns like fire. You give me a toughness test. -10.
God damn it, man!
Keep your specials away from my bar.
I'm also I'm supposed to be good at this.
I
I am good at this.
You are not a bearded halfling. Well done.
So it burns
No,
and your
I'm not. I'm
stomach
taking it
just
back.
feels like it's erupting, but you hold it. You hold it. You see a couple of individuals in the bar actually throw up. Some of them away from the girls, others on top of the girls. Well, onto the girls. They scream and slap the individuals. And, well, hang on, let's D100 it. Let's see if Nuffle wants this. No, Nuffle seems to let the girls be.
How much is paranoid?
So you have 2 girls who have brought you drinks and then taken them away. They are in the skimpiest of skimpy outfits, all practically naked.
I'm gonna ask the girl that was sitting on my lap. How much is it for you to stay in my seat?
10 thrones every 15 minutes.
I'm gonna put 40 thrones on her hand and say, "Stay a while and listen."
Sure. She takes the thrones and she pockets them somewhere. You're not quite sure where she's putting these thrones, but they're disappearing. And she sits down
Come
next
on,
to
man.
you.
Crystal pocket. We all know.
She lays her arms around you and begins fondling your ear and breathing gently on your neck.
I'm gonna tell her that don't worry about it. If she wants to pretend it, then she can. But I am not really interested in that.
She then stops. She sits in her chair awkwardly.
No, my dear. Please sit next to me. You can keep your hand on me, but you don't have to do anything.
I'm just gonna put my shot glass.
She sits next to you. She puts her hands on you, but she doesn't really do anything.
I'm gonna hand my shot glass to Hector and be like, please run for chemical analysis of this beverage.
A small needle comes out of Hector that has no solutions in it, and his tiny little Mechanicus arms. Well, no, he'd have just an auto injector, so he flies down and auto sucks some of the fluid out and then puts it into his inbuilt med kit and begins sampling the liquid. After a few moments go by, he would
Turn round. Mistress, I do not advise consuming this substance. Large quantities of ethanol are detected.
Yes, I suppose it is the point of alcohol. Any other toxins I should be worried about?
ethanol is the one that makes you go blind, right?
No,
No.
methanol is.
That's
Damn it.
Methanol's the good one.
Sorry, methanol. Large quantities of methanol are detected. This would be what you'd
Wow.
class as rot gut.
Yeah.
Well,
thought
I
that.
have already lost my sight. Almost lost my sight once. Let's not
Lena's gonna
repeat the experience.
lean close to Jenny and ask, "Tell me, Jenny, can Hector down drinks?"
No, he does not possess a. God, I forgot
Esophagus.
the word.
Esophagus.
Liver.
He does
Well,
not
skin,
possess
mouth,
a
lips. You know.
digestive
Shit.
system.
It's just a floating skull.
He is quite literally a flying skull with cybernetic elements.
Yeah, but he has a tiny tube. I wonder.
No,
What can he do with that tiny tube?
A large number of people are staring at you because you do have a servo skull with you.
Yeah.
And there is a white crystal on the table next to each of you. It's probably the size of a marble.
I'm going to ask the girl next to me. So tell me, my dear, what is a crystal?
Salt, I think. We don't eat it. Just gets licked off us.
Matt!
I'm just gonna motion Hector chemical analysis, please.
Okay. So Hector goes down and tries to grab some of the salt. His tiny little hands just crumble it into a powder, but he seems to get enough. And then not really. He brings out a syringe that has no needle on it, and he tries to suck up some of the powder. After a few moments go by,
There becomes catatonic.
Mistress, this appears to be salt crystals, but there is another chemical introduced. Unknown. Makeup. Unknown.
Very well. Thank you, Hector. And
There's
I
another-
motion him to sit in my arm, like like the little parrot.
He
There's
gently
another one
comes
with
down on your
cables.
shoulder, and you would note that a power cable, a power mechadendrite comes out and inserts itself into your power jack around your body, wherever it is, so he can recharge.
It's probably around the neck.
There's a satisfying electrical buzz as he connects.
I
There
need to get
is
Hector a hat.
He's give him a nice little hat, or
I need to get him a sombrero.
give him a ballistic mask, just for the scare tactic.
No, sombrero. Sombrero is the happiest hat, and it will make it the happiest of servo skulls.
Ballistic mask
Perhaps he can
and
bleed being a
a sombrero.
It was
Added
just,
armor.
it was just gonna look.
Can I craft a sombrero with trade armor?
You could.
Leon has never seen a servo skill just plug itself into someone, so Leon's just looking like, what the fuck?
He needs to recharge.
Uh-huh.
He
Yeah,
runs
just
on
look at-
batteries.
Leon, uh-huh.
He does not have a self-perpetuating power source.
Leon is gonna look at the girl that's next to her and say, do you think that's keyword?
I'm not here to have an opinion.
Oh, my dear. You're here to talk to me, so talk to me. Don't worry. Tell me, what is your name?
When do you think the sleaze bags are gonna be in?
Gretel.
Gretel, nice to meet you. I'm Anna.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me, Gretel. How long have you been working in here?
I've been here since I was young. I don't know how old I am, so I don't know. A long time?
Liana is gonna. She's gonna touch her chin. She's gonna cup her chin. She's gonna look at Gretel, and she's just gonna think.
I'm sorry, you grabbed this girl's chin and look into her eyes and just think?
Yeah, for just a little bit.
Okay.
Mm.
As you do that, she just closes her eyes and clenches her teeth slightly. Not enough to make you think, to make her not look attractive, but enough to where you think if you're expecting that, if you turned around to someone and said, just hit me, and you're like, they might hit me, but they might not, just take a little precaution. Just bite down a little bit. Just make sure you don't bite your teeth, your tongue off. She's kind of done that.
I'm gonna release her chin. I'm gonna look at Jenny. I don't think you have high Gothic, do you, Jenny?
I just shake my head. Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Gretel, who protects this place?
Oh, the owners, they can protect this place fine.
And who would the owners be, my dear?
The acid riot.
Bingo.
She's gonna look at her again. Tell me, Gretel, are you sold in this place too?
Um. Yes.
How much are you worth?
I don't know. She, as that you say that, she just looks down, and you need to talk to the bosses about that, and then there's fines and payments and things.
Liliana's gonna. Just a second, she's gonna grit her teeth. She's gonna swallow. She's gonna look at Jenny. And she's just gonna say, Jenny, what do you think of this place?
I think you want to burn it to the ground, but that's not likely to happen. It's just the most deadpan expression ever.
A fight breaks out in the corner furthest away from you, where it seems as if two guys are refusing to pay for something, and one of the girls is trying to stop them from going anywhere. You see one of the massive bouncers from before stomp his way over, and there's this audible dragging sound of something being dragged along behind him. The argument continues as you just watch as the bouncer, just with no regard, just swings this massive thick club with nails sticking through it. This club is probably about 4 foot long, about a foot wide at its thickest point, so 12 centimeters wide at the end. This is a big baseball bat, and he just swings it through, aiming for the waists of both the men. He smashes straight into both of them, but also smashes into the girl who was trying to stop them from leaving. The three people go flying through the air. You see the girl just smash into a table, where the two guys fly onto the floor and just roll into tables and chairs, knocking glasses and people and furniture aside, as two of the bouncers walk over to each one, picks them up and just throws them out of the door onto the plasteel concrete outside. The girl isn't moving.
I would like to do a Silence.
Sure.
Let's see. Hey.
So you're far enough away now that you can sense where Mordecai is. You can't sense where the other Psyker was, the one in the fortress precinct of the Arbites. You can't feel any Psyker nonsense going on around here either. As the commotion kind of dies down, people start moving their chairs back into position. More drinks are ordered. The music that stopped has started playing again. One of the girls goes over and checks the girl who went flying through the air and hit into a table, and just looks up at the barman and shakes her head. The barman looks over at a board, looks over at the board, and John Morris, you're a winner, sir. You get 5 free drinks on the house. house specials only. You just hear one individual in the bar just like, yes! Yes! I knew she wouldn't last.
You have a fucking death pool for the prostitutes. That's
Yeah, of course they do.
pleasant.
Uh,
I'm gonna get up and excuse myself and go to the bathroom.
Lillian is gonna. She's gonna hold her tongue. She's gonna narrow her eyes a little bit. She'll probably bite the side of her lip, hard enough to draw a little bit of blood. She's just not gonna say anything. She's just gonna watch.
where the hell is that guy?
I'm gonna look at Gretel and say, "Tell me, Gretel, is there a dead pool for the customers too?"
She just shakes her head. No. Just us. She begins to twitch.
Tell me, has a customer ever died in this place before?
Those bouncers?
She just points outside. I don't know if they made it. Or the ones before.
I'm just gonna pat her hand and smile a little bit, and I'm gonna go back to watching. I'm just trying to see if now I can find the Abides.
Okay, so if you just want to have a look, then give me an awareness check. You can do it flat, because you spent a bit of time. You can take 5 as you're doing it. As Darius makes his way to the bathroom. Can you roll me a 1d100, Darius? You want
No.
25 and lower.
Looking for 25 and lower?
Yes. D100, please.
Nope.
72. Afraid not. So you go in there, there's a few other individuals taking pisses and some scummy motherfuckers. The toilet smells grim, would be an understatement. But you dig down deep and hold your breath for as long as possible. And yeah, it's probably one of the worst toilets that you've seen in a decent while. Some of the Underhive ruins were better than this. Just very damp in there. The slapping sound as you walk in. Urinal is dripping quite a bit.
Not sure that's the urinal.
Yeah. No.
But
So,
no,
like,
you do not find any Arbites lurking in there.
that's fine.
So, as Darius rejoins the group, there's a shimmer as the 70s style globe begins to spin as a beam of light hits it, and reflections are sent around the room. As one reflection doesn't seem to hit a wall, but something in the air, as our cloaked servo skull with a pick recorder on it is cloaked no more for just an instant as it moves to the side and recloaks. As that's the end of our episode. As our group have found their way into the Salty Nipple, the Acid Riots bar in the Middle Hive. Well,
Nope.
as far as our group knew, they weren't in the Middle Hive, but developments.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, I certainly hope you'll all join us for the next episode when we will see if our group can find a way to take care of one of their problems in this place, or if they just get more information and a new contact. And we'll also find out in the next episode if Liliana wants to make that toilet friend a special contact as well. So I certainly hope to see you all there. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.